Hey, 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 math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. So I'm going to be going over another HiSET type of question. And what I'd like to do is go over test taking strategies. I'm going to try to do this with every one of the questions I go over if it be possible, right? So if I can eliminate A, B, C, D, or E, that will increase the odds. If I can eliminate 3 out of these 5, you'd be left with 2 choices. And you would have 50% chance of just guessing the correct answer. If I went to Las Vegas with a 50% chance of winning some money, I'd be in good hands. So, that is a test taking strategy. Let's just get right on into it. What is the scientific notation of the number 5,700,000,000? And so that's the purpose for scientific notation. Typically, you're taking an extra large number and writing it in a simplistic form, or a super small number and writing it a little bit more simplistically. So you have A, 5.7 times 10 to the 8th. B, 5.7 times 10 to the ninth. C, 57 times 10 to the 10th. 0.57 or 57 hundredths times 10 to the ninth. And 57 hundredths times 10 to the 10th power. Hey, let's go over some of the rules for scientific notation, right? And that will help us understand some of these test-taking strategies. I do want to say some of this is really mathematical, technical, and if you don't understand it, don't worry. In the next video, part 2, I'm going to be showing you examples of what this verbiage means. Okay, so don't worry if it's confusing. Just put it on the shelf, so to speak, and I'll come back and I'm going to show you examples of the verbiage in video number 2. Video number 2. All right. So, number 1, first rule I'm going to go over is it has to be expressed in a base 10. That's what you see, the times 10. So, each of the answers has to be expressed in times 10 value. Rule number 2 is before the base of times 10, right, must be, that's the number before the times 10, must be a number greater than, that's just another way of saying larger than, so greater or equal to, that's the symbol, greater or equal to 1. So that number in front of that base times 10 has to be 1 or greater. So it's got to be equal to 1 or larger, but less than 10, right? So that number in front of that times 10 has got to be at least a 1, but it cannot be 10 or greater. So 9.99 is just under 10. So between 1 and 9.99. So just knowing that rule right there, the number 2 rule, let's go ahead and follow me. I apologize for the shaking going on. I need to get a new camcorder. I can't do that until I can earn it. So A, 5.7. Is that between, right? That's in front of the times 10 value. Is that between the value of 1 and 9.9? Yes. Let's look at B. Is that between the value of 1 and 9.9? Yes. Let's take a look at C. 57. Is that between 1 and 9.9? No, that's way larger than 10. 57 is way larger than 9.9. The answer cannot be C. Let's take a look at D. 0.57. Is that 1 or larger? No, 0.57 is smaller. That's like 57%, right? That's smaller than the value of 1. It's almost half, right? So that's smaller than 1. It doesn't fit the rule. Cross off D. 0.57 again. Cross off E. It doesn't quite make it to that rule where it's got to be between 1, at least 1, and not between 1 and 9.99. It cannot be 10 or larger. So C, D, and E, eliminate them. Now Listen, you have A and B. That's a 50% chance you can just guess this question correctly. That's what I mean by test taking strategies. Of course, I'm going to continue the rules in this video, and then part 2, I'm going to show you examples and how to convert that 5.7 billion value into scientific notation. Let's go ahead and continue to review the rules here, and then I will be showing you some examples. I'm even going to have you pause the video in the next part 2 and practice a couple of questions I prepared for you. So you can eliminate, again, options C, D, and E. They do not fit the rules. That leaves you with a 50% chance to guess. Your exponential value, that's times 10 to the exponential, cannot be 0, right? If you watch my video on exponents, anything to the 0 power equals 1. So you cannot have an exponent with a 0. If you ever see that in an option, cross it off. It cannot be part of the answers. Rule number 4. The starter number, that's the number between 1 and 10. Before you move the decimal, must be 10 or greater. That will give you a positive exponential value. Moving the decimal one place to the left. And then rule 5, the starter number, if it's less than 1 and the decimal is moved 1 decimal point to the right, that'll give you a negative exponential value. So don't worry, we're going to go over these examples in the next video in part 2. Thank you for joining me. Oh, we got some more shaking going on. Math, whoa. Math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me.